Today I'm simply going to show you some of the issues with Lockdown Browser and basically one, how it doesn't actually do what it claims to do, and also how it is actually actively harmful for its users. Now, first and foremost, Lockdown Browser, for those of you who don't know, is actually simply a, let me pull up their page here for you. Let me just move this over here. Lockdown Browser is actually it's intended for test taking online. You install the software and it is intended for you to prevent cheating during your exams. It does this by, it needs full administrative privileges to prevent a student from running any unapproved activities on their computer, and also requires a mandatory camera that they aren't looking at anything outside of the computer. However, each and every one of these features is easily bypassed. This does not actually prevent students from cheating, and let's just look more here. Displayed full size, cannot be minimized, prevents access to other applications including virtual machines, and this is the one that makes it really easy to, it takes about 15 minutes to set up a virtual machine, and frankly it makes it extremely easy to use Lockdown Browser with basically makes it super easy to run Lockdown Browser and cheat. And this is a virtual machine. For those of you who don't know what a virtual machine is, I am currently running Windows inside of Windows. You basically get the Windows ISO, you put in a virtual machine software such as VMware or VirtualBox, and here, let me actually cover up my password, log in real quick. I'm gonna, here. This is Lockdown Browser and is currently running on this virtual machine. Here, let me close it and show you from the start. This is Windows. This is a fully running Windows in my Windows computer. We have Lockdown Browser right here. We're going to allow it to run with full administrative privileges, which is not a problem because this is in a virtual machine right now. And let me cover up my login real quick. There we go. And now I'm currently logged into logged in browser, and from here we could take our assigned test, and it will run perfectly well. Actually, we don't need this anymore. Yeah, I can. This is Lockdown Browser. It is running in the in this virtual machine, and it won't prevent cheating of any kind. I could take my test right now, and I will be able to search up any answer that it felt like it. Very easily, and one respondent's monitor would be able to detect any of the inputs I'm doing over here because it is currently in the virtual machine. It can only detect stuff within the virtual machine. It won't be able to see anything outside of it. It doesn't know that it's being recorded right now, which is one of the features that they stated here. Screen sharing. I'm recording Lockdown Browser to YouTube right now. Here's Wolfram Alpha. I could look up any answers that I felt like it, and we'll be able to detect any of this. So it actually doesn't prevent cheating, and it takes about like 15 minutes or so to run this. And there's no coding involved. There's no. It's just you just plug and play really. And it's not difficult. It states that it blocks virtual machines, but it's a very easy workaround. So frankly, we established that it doesn't actually prevent cheating. And also, even with the mandatory webcam enabled, they wouldn't be able to detect that this is on the screen because you're still looking at the screen. In fact, we could probably just go here. Scroll down, let's check chemistry. And what we're going to do first and foremost is actually take an assignment. We're going to open up an assignment. Lockdown. Requires lockdown browser plus a webcam. Keep in mind, the professors are not the ones putting this on. This is put up by the school administration. First, it requires a mandatory webcam. Requires your student ID, which makes sense. Requires you to actually move the webcam around your area, which is an invasion of privacy. Facial detection check. This is pretty dystopian, I would say. And this is where we get to the actual issues of lockdown browser. It runs with full administrative privileges on your computer. It has a mandatory webcam. No software should require you to give up your right to privacy in order to run. And there are issues with this because it's not a well-made software. I have installed it on my main computer, which was a bad choice. But currently, no, actually, it was my only choice. And I have Lockdown Browser uninstalled on my main computer right now. When I uninstalled it, it had failed to give me back the ability to turn off my own computer. And it took reinstalling it and then uninstalling it again to even get Task Manager. Originally, this was disabled permanently by Respondus. And, well, this is where we actually get to the next level of issues. It requires full administrative privileges. It has a mandatory webcam enabled. Let's go check out some of the other stuff in regards to this. Like we could check out their Twitter. They posted a very weird comic today about, let's see, Twitter, where basically a user of one of their of this software, they're just showing you best practices to operate under, this limited software. If an interruption occurs, briefly explain what happened by speaking directly into your webcam. This is kind of dystopian. You have to explain to your computer real life events, like just a person bringing you tea, for example. You're not allowed to drink. Someone's not allowed to bring you tea. It is considered high risk. You can't wear a different hairstyle. There's just it's an invasion of privacy. Not only just with the mandatory webcam, which has there's been several lawsuits against school districts in this regard, well, I mean, when you give a software full administrative privileges over your computer, it could basically run everything that it feels like. If it only takes a couple bad technicians at the Respondus company to just have the webcam enabled without your knowledge and have it record. And stuff like this has happened with other mandatory webcam services. This is not new. But it's somehow even worse because as opposed to just having the webcam remotely enabled, and that was the only thing they were able to do, this software has full administrative privileges. It has blocked the power options on my own computer. I can't turn my computer off right now. As Task Manager blocked. Originally, it was just permanently disabled. It tracks all your inputs, including the passwords that you type into the browser. Anything that you typed, including your browser, including your password, is recorded in plain text. Anybody with access to Respondus Monitor is able to look up the password that you used. If you use that password for anything else, it is compromised. It is not encrypted. It's just recording the input that you put in. If you put your password in and you use it for anything else, someone else has access to it now and knows your password. So it's an invasion of privacy. You have to sacrifice your own right to privacy, your own right to access your own computer. You give up access to your own computer when you install this software. And it also doesn't run well. It doesn't block cheating. It took 15 minutes to set this up. It only hurts honest students, and it only benefits cheaters. Well, that's basically it. And there are other solutions. I'll make a separate post about that. But Lightdown Browser is not the solution. It is a difficult time, but don't sacrifice your right to privacy for something convenient, which doesn't even work. There are plenty of other services that offer proctoring, but don't require you to sacrifice administrative privileges to your computer.